As a cybersecurity leader navigating the cloud, you can't afford to improvise. You need structure. That's where a security reference architecture becomes invaluable. It gives you a clear, scalable, and repeatable blueprint for securing your cloud environment. Whether your organization is rooted in Microsoft Azure, AWS, or spans both, your job is to ensure security is integrated into every layer of the architecture, not bolted on after deployment. Let's understand Microsoft Cybersecurity Reference Architecture first. This Microsoft Cybersecurity Reference Architecture gives you a high-level, holistic view of how Microsoft envisions modern security built on zero-trust principles. Think of it as your cloud security strategy mapped out visually, from identity to endpoints, from infrastructure to incident response. At the very top, you see security operations powered by Microsoft Defender XDR and Microsoft Sentinel. These tools unify detection, response, automation, and threat intelligence across your digital estate, covering IT, OT, and IoT. This is your cloud-native SIM and SOAR ecosystem, where telemetry meets action. Now look down into the infrastructure core. The architecture separates the environment into three main operational zones. First zone is endpoints and devices. This is where you manage devices using Microsoft Intune and Configuration Manager under Unified Endpoint Management, UEM. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint protects devices with EDR, web filtering, vulnerability management, and data loss prevention. Second zone is hybrid infrastructure, such as IaaS, PaaS, on-premises. This area integrates Microsoft Defender for Cloud to provide CSPM, which is Cloud Security Posture Management, and XDR across Azure, AWS, and on-prem environments. You also see network protection layers like Azure Firewall, WAF, Key Vault, and Private Link. Connections between environments are protected using ExpressRoute and Azure Arc, enabling hybrid visibility. And third zone is information protection. At the heart of Microsoft's data strategy is Microsoft Purview. It discovers, classifies, and protects sensitive data across cloud and on-premises, and integrates with file scanners, data governance, and e-discovery tools. Compliance is enforced through Compliance Manager. On the right-hand side, you've got identity and access management. Everything flows through Microsoft Entra, where passwordless authentication, such as MFA, passkeys, FIDO2, is encouraged. You'll also manage risk with Entra ID protection, govern access with PIM, and enforce zero-trust access policies using conditional access. Notice how Microsoft Entra Internet Access is layered in to securely route SaaS and internet traffic, supporting secure hybrid work. And just below that, Privileged Access Management and Privileged Access Workstations enforce strict controls over admin actions, especially in critical environments. Also integrated are IoT or OT layers via Azure Sphere and Defender for IoT, ensuring industrial environments aren't left behind in your security strategy. At the foundation, you see Microsoft Security Copilot, which is an AI-driven assistant pulling from over 78+ trillion signals daily to help you analyze threats and make better decisions. As a security leader, your job is to ensure this architecture isn't just theoretical, it must translate into practice. That means aligning security tools, policies, and teams around this vision, making security seamless across cloud services, users, and devices. In short, this isn't just a diagram. It's a cloud-first, zero-trust blueprint for securing your entire digital estate, and your leadership makes it real. Make sure you download the full Microsoft Security Reference Architecture Pack from the course resources. It's packed with diagrams, explanations, and best practices that will help you understand the bigger picture and the finer details of Microsoft's security approach. Start there. It's your foundation for mastering how to design and manage secure environments using Microsoft's Zero Trust Aligned framework. Let's unpack AWS Security Reference Architecture now. This AWS Security Reference Architecture gives you a high-level snapshot of how to structure and centralize your security responsibilities across an AWS organization. As a security leader, your job is to understand how these building blocks work together so you can apply strong, scalable governance without slowing down development. The diagram breaks things down into organizational units, OUS, each responsible for different functions, security, infrastructure, and workloads. This separation helps you enforce least privilege, isolate responsibilities, and enable centralized logging and monitoring. In the OU, Security Zone, you'll see key services like AWS Guard Duty, AWS Security Hub, and Firewall Manager. These help you detect threats, assess posture, and manage policies across accounts. Logging and telemetry from services like CloudFront, AWS WAF, and Flow Logs are aggregated into a log archive account, giving you centralized visibility into all traffic and activity. The OU infrastructure handles your network perimeter. Services like Amazon CloudFront, Route 53, AWS Shield Advanced, and WAF all play roles in securing DNS, content delivery, and mitigating DDoS attacks. Certificates are issued and managed through AWS Certificate Manager, keeping communications encrypted and trusted. Then there's the OU, workloads, where your application lives. Here, you define VPCs, subnets, and deploy EC2 instances behind application load balancers, all protected by layers of IAM, security monitoring, and logging tools like AWS Config, Amazon Macie, and CloudTrail. As a leader, you don't need to memorize every icon. You need to understand the relationships and ensure that security is being enforced consistently across these layers. The structure here is modular, scalable, and aligns with AWS best practices around centralization, visibility, and defense in depth. If you want to explore this further, make sure you download the full AWS Security Reference Architecture Pack from the resources included with this lecture. It's a fantastic way to deepen your understanding and apply these models to real-world environments. This isn't just a visual. It's a roadmap for how to lead cloud security with confidence.